This is the Backstage Pass. We're all backstage. You don't have a pass. Who let you back here? Get the fuck out. This is our dressing room. Why are you here? Oh, you brought some food.
Tremendous, right?
It's in my ass.
No.
Immediately ruined. Immediately ruined. By
Thanks. I often ruin things.
So, Michaela's a dragon.
I called it so long ago.
I haven't told Bren.
Jim
You also haven't told Bren that we have the capacity to fix your fingers. You just have to ask him for money.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if Sid goes through with it.
I mean,
Probably will, right?
probably will. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money, though. That's the thing. Sid
100
just
gold
said,
pieces worth of diamond dust is the material needed.
see, the problem is 100 gold is what the Assassin's Guild says
A life
is worth. So,
Yeah. And what is your life without your fingers?
I mean, it hasn't really been affected that much.
It hasn't. But it could.
Well,
In real life, though,
you've lost 2 nails. I think that's a big deal. You can't pinky promise anyone anything anymore.
You're
better off.
you're gonna have to get real creative with knuckle tats.
Yeah, just 3 words.
Ass. Just hunt ass.
No, it's stage on this hand and ass on the other.
No, because you don't get it on your thumb necessarily.
You don't
And
get it on your thumb.
so you only have your
'Cause you
index
gotta
and
be
middle
able to do
finger.
this.
And it's on your right hand. So it's like, yeah. It's going to be like 2, then 4. What would your 2, 4 knuckle tap be? I'm cool.
I'll put my 2 favorite people on there. Me and Fink.
Aw. You couldn't get Bahamut.
No, you can Bahman. Bah, man.
Man.
Dear listener, what would you get if you had 2 fingers on a hand?
Yeah.
What tattoos would you get?
Would you do something that's like a tongue-in-cheek reference to the fact that you don't have those 2
That's what I was trying to think of something.
Like, is there a clever
yeah.
word that, like, if you added 2 letters before it would change the meaning or something? That's like, oh, it used to be that, but now it's like, there's definitely something.
With the 2-finger one, if you put no, that's very easy to change.
Or or something.
Yeah. Well, no, because it's going to be the end of the word, so it's got to be. I had a good one in my head saying that.
No, it has to be the start of the word because it's his right finger, is his right hand.
Like this.
So your pinky finger is the first word
Yeah,
you say.
so like no here, because if you put on, it's going to be something.
Oh, sorry.
on.
No, what I'm saying is that, like, if it was an 8-letter word that began with un, and then the un got dropped. So, like, I don't know if it was like, oh, this doesn't work, but if it was like unsafe and now it's safe, that kind of a drop.
I know, I get what you mean. Yeah.
It's
Uncheese.
Cheese. Just imagine just getting cheese. That'd be great.
I kind of want to do it and just leave these 2 fingers blank. Just cheese. What do you have on your knuckles? Cheese. Off center.
Wow.
Like, you could get it 1 over and have it at least centered, but no, just.
There's a board game. I think it's like a party game thing called Knuckle Tats.
Yeah,
And
I've seen that.
Yeah, I really want to get it. But yeah, it's all just about like drafting the best knuckle tattoos.
That's very funny.
So a bronze dragon.
Yeah.
Whew.
Do you want me to read out what bronze dragons are all about?
Yes, please.
I thought metallic dragons were always the evil ones.
No, the chromatic ones are always the evil ones.
What?
I know. Why is that so confusing for you? What?
But we've been hanging out with like red dragons.
No, even Dragonborn aren't necessarily the same. There's no kind of difference. And Vespuccio was a copper dragon.
Oh, he was copper.
Yes. When I say this, you guys are going to be like, duh. This makes perfect sense.
They collect children and force them to fight in wars.
No, curious and inquisitive, they possess a strong sense of justice and do not tolerate any form of cruelty.
Duh.
Thank you.
He's right. We were like,
but yeah, they're very their lore is basically that they'll often join wars, and they're very warlike, but only if it's like to undo something like an injustice or to like take down a tyrant.
Cool.
Or something
So
like
exactly what it's doing then.
Yes.
Yes. Nice. So you can put on these two fingers
oh no.
UN for un, and on this hand real. And then you have options. If you put FU, it would be fawn real if you're real into deers. And if you put ST, it'd be stun real for if you're punching people.
It could be stun lock.
Oh yeah, and
then
unlock.
unlock.
Yeah. Wait, what tattoo did Sid get?
What? Yeah, I haven't. As soon as Sid has his thing, do you guys want to know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I can tell you ahead of time.
Yeah.
I know.
You know, but I don't, and they
Jim
don't.
Jim needs to know because he might need to do art of it.
Oh yeah, I got to redo the character designs now anyway.
Do we want to spoil
Yeah.
that for the patrons, I guess? So,
Patrons, skip ahead 30 seconds if you don't want to know.
yeah, fair. So when Sid does his event, he's gonna when Faust is there.
I don't want to know. Tell me. I'll find out in podcast. Wait.
You sure?
It's going to be a month. Tell me.
Okay.
Patrons, refresh the 30 seconds.
Yeah. When Faust is
Oh shit,
there,
they don't know that they have to refresh. We have to wait 15 seconds before you start talking.
No one's going. Everyone will be like, "Well, I'm not going to skip. I'm going to listen to the spoiler." It's human nature.
Anyway, so Faust is gonna be there, and Sid's gonna.
Sorry
like,
to the listeners who just joined us after the 30-second skip. Go another 30. Go on.
just skip ahead. Sid's gonna do a real like mocking military style salute at him, like click his heels and everything and salute at him, and then turn around waving at the crowd, and everything. So his back is to him, and then undo the bandage, which is on his right leg.
Yeah.
And on the back of his calf are 6 owlbears with plenty of room for more.
Oh, okay, I get it. Because the owls are hoots for you. Because Sid is proud he's killed the hoots force.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
And is going to
Good.
show that to Faust. I mean, Faust may not know what the fuck that means, but
You're gonna get
I think.
you're gonna get the in-world PETA coming after you.
I think. Are they going to be like? Are they dead? Or are they dead owlbears?
no, they were just going to be like black owlbears.
You're just gonna get Lord Chester being like, "Wow, his ambition to join the Hoots force is unparalleled."
Yeah, 100%. This one's already got their symbol tattooed.
See, but that's the thing, because people that are into the bow swords
Well, no.
will have heard that the bow swords have killed.
Yeah.
Hoots force, and then I'm going to have 6 on there.
Nice.
Sick as fuck.
I thought it was just owls, and then Dylan was like, "No, it's owlbears."
No, it's owlbear. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like the one natural
Monster that exists.
Monster,
in
yeah.
Metalon.
that everyone's like, oh yeah, owlbears are normal.
That's so weird. It's like in Avatar when they go to the Earth Kingdom, and they're like, "Hey, we can meet the Earth King. We can meet his bear." And they're like, "What is it though? Is it a platypus bear?"
Oh yeah,
No, it just says bear. Well, that's weird.
But yeah, that's why Sid didn't tell Bren or Melody, because
fair, 'cause
Bren
they
and
would've been
Melody
like-
would be like, "No."
Yeah.
Stop punching the air.
I can't. It's how I unlock my limbs because I'm old.
Calm down now. What's his name? Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill. Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
get
yeah.
why he did it.
Sid had a bit of a theology lesson.
Yeah, more. I'm interested in the fact that there's a portal there.
I actually had an interesting question about the theology. I just had a question for the lecturer. And
Oh my God,
Mature
is that portal
student
going to go
style.
to the celestial realm or whatever it's called?
is there a portal? Did I miss something crucial that there's a portal there?
So we know from the diary that there is an area
Yeah.
in that people don't know where it is.
Yeah.
In
In Dolina.
Dolina.
Yeah.
That was a portal and everything, and it has been around for a while and was listed in the thing as they don't know where it is, but it wasn't seen as a super high priority.
Okay.
It was such
a weak. Yeah.
that she had to revise her scale and make it the weakest that she's ever seen.
And the fact that people are going into this temple and then hearing whispers, and then going to search it out, and then when they find it, they're getting their heads scrambled.
My read on that is, and
the thing is that the energy that came from the portal, is why you were born.
Yeah, but my head isn't scrambled. I just got fiery.
But you're from, whatever that is called in Avernus or whatever.
I don't know that. I don't know yet that I am from Avernus. I think similar to Blake and Son, that a load of energy was either channeled through me at birth or into my mother's womb.
No. I'm not saying that you're from it. I'm saying the energy is.
Oh yeah.
The energy is from there, and so and the way that they've all been counter to each other, and the fact that people are hearing the gods and things like that makes me think that it's the portal and would potentially be like the Celestial or Avernus or something like that. Something that deals with the gods.
I have a conflicting theory. I think it's Faust, and I think because he was like, I'm always on the lookout for, minds to...
Accept the fact that this has been going on for...
Yeah, but we don't know how long he's been active here either,
I don't know. I don't think it would be Faust. I think it would absolutely be something portal related, especially with the fact that it's hearing... Like, why would he... everything that Faust is, why would he intentionally target people that were religious?
I think he knows religious people are looking for a greater power. I think he's using that faith to draw them in and then basically crowdsourcing, looking into the abyss. And that's driving people mad. So he can study it and get answers.
I'm going to have to go poker face again.
But that we know there's a portal here.
We do. But I don't think going mad is an effect we've seen from a portal yet.
But the thing is that, it doesn't have to be one or the other.
No, it can be both.
He could be using them to do something with the portal. I think it's absolutely going to be the portal because that's the theme of the entire game that we've been playing.
But remember,
and Dylan didn't hide his poker face right there.
Remember, to metagame as well, Dylan lost a huge god plot when Khan died. And I think he wants to get that god plot back. And this is the first steps we're seeing of it. So I think it's going to be equal to the portal plot and will tie together. But I feel like...
And I think that's how, is through like the celestial...
I don't know. I just think people going mad on mention of an abyss in the same episode is too...
Well, I'm the one that kept saying the abyss.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm the one that kept saying it.
I think he kind of acknowledged an abyss though at one point, didn't he?
Yeah. No, well, kind of, because I kept saying you stared into the abyss.
Yeah. But it was Sid that brought it up first.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna stick to my guns and say it's the Faustus luring people and turning them mad with old god shite, not old god shite, but like basically throwing their minds against whatever it is he wants to study.
Maybe
that is a portal. I just think that the portal is, because they said it was so small that it didn't even register, and we've not seen people go mad from a portal yet. So
but we've seen you have your energy levels change.
That's true.
We saw another kid get his wild magic go bonkers.
Did he have that before the portal? I can't remember.
He had magical abilities, but it was not nearly as wild.
It was amplified by
them.
Okay.
We saw a guy get a girlfriend from a cloud.
Yes, we did. That was interesting.
We saw Khan get PTSD from seeing his friend's age.
You saw Tim come to life.
Tim came to life.
We did see Tim come to life. Yeah, I forgot about Tim.
We saw all there was
a buff
dudes.
owl.
We saw those dudes get turned into a big swamp monster.
We did. Yeah.
So they were kind of driven mad.
So there's all sorts. Yeah, you're right. So
you had the
The fish
people in Hovden. Yeah, the fish people. You had on the other side of things, you also had the Fred, the frost giant leader, wasn't mad at all. But was clearly like elementally induced. But then you had like the abomination, which was like, a
centipede.
A centipede that was like attacking things and somewhat
I think
feral.
centipedes would be angry if they were larger.
You've had chimeras that are,
well, that's why I don't think it's
their thing.
That's why I don't think it's outside of the realm of possibility if presented with the celestial plane that
someone would
regular people would lose their.
Yeah, I mean, or if they were presented with like the infernal planes.
Also, the thing is, Dylan specifically said they lost their language,
which is speaking in tongues.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is celestial. So
yeah, that's fair. I'd say it could be celestial or infernal.
But that's why I think that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm more bought in. I still think Faust has something to do with it.
In the same way that the Feywild, which is like the epitome of life and whatever, had a portal that went to the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
And corrupted from that, I could see that the celestial plane would have a link to Avernus as well.
Yeah. Okay. I could see it.
Because they got pancakes against each other or whatever, shish kebabbing, whatever you're doing with them.
Not a smorgasbord.
Leaves, crushed up leaves.
Yeah.
That was never the description, Dylan, was it?
That was the description that you used.
I don't like that at all anymore. I'm changing it. Don't talk to me like that ever again, please.
Crushed leaves is a very different way of how I've thought of it, but yeah.
Can't remember that. Can't visualize that now. That's upsetting for me.
I'm pretty sure you said like it's like as if you use that in world. Bren was like, if you take this leaf and then you crush it over, well then, I think you got a load of leaves together.
I was doing the black hole thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's a brilliant description, Dylan.
Crushed leaves in fall makes me think of them all ripping apart, and like it's
yeah.
November
No, you got to
right
think
now.
of healthy, juicy leaves plucked off a healthy tree.
Yeah, but you don't think of them as being crushed.
Leaves. Yeah. No, it would fold over like a waxy leaf, like a healthy green.
Yeah.
Like
now we're back on the same page.
Succulent leaf.
But when he said it, crushing up leaves, I was like, what?
Yeah, that's why I was like, but that would break it into a million pieces.
Yeah.
Sorry that my leaf description wasn't accurate.
Oh, well.
You're the one that says you say words that are important.
I do.
Yeah.
But
they weren't my own words.
But yeah, I was already on this is a portal. But then when he said they lost their language, that's when I was like, yeah.
I have a question though about just that lesson. There's the theocracy lesson, not theocracy, the religion, theology. Thank you. Lesson is gods are there, but so like
she said a whole lot of nothing.
The question I had is and it's not even a Let One question, it's just a D&D question in general. Is knowledge of the gods not proof of their existence, that we know their names and can identify them and their different powers?
Maybe.
Where like someone isn't just going to wake up and be like, Bahamas. They're going to, at some point in history.
How did it happen in real life?
Well, somebody made it up to invade half the world.
Yeah.
But in real life, you can't heal a cut by invoking Jesus' name.
But hold on, because a lot of people, especially the religious ones, go to the hospital and are given all the right medication and things like that, and then say God healed them.
Yes, but they don't go, through Jesus' name, I heal you, and a cut heals in front of their eyes.
If magic existed anyway,
yeah,
and they had the capacity for it anyway, and knew the right words, and the words and everything was the medical treatment in this world. It's just quicker than paracetamol or something.
Okay, I could buy that. That they're just like, oh, it must be a god.
Which is what Sid kept trying to get at is,
I can
are
see
you
him
attributing it to God?
Yeah.
Or was it?
I think
if only you're just a real powerful wizard, you could talk to you about the nature of magic and stuff.
I think the litmus test for that in world is
we don't talk to Stormzy anymore.
Yeah, we don't want to talk.
He's not a wizard.
He's a druid.
He was a druid.
Then who the fuck are you talking about?
Abbott.
Abbott.
No, fuck Abbott.
Like Kitu.
He flies around like Lakitu.
Yeah. I think the litmus test for that is you got to find two cultures that have never been in contact with each other and see if they have the same name for the god, and if they do, then that's
weirdly something that's brought up by a lot of Christian religions, and this is what I was told my whole life. I've never done any research on how true this is, but one of the big things they always point to is that multiple religions all came up with the same like dying for your sins type story.
Yeah, and there's pyramids all over the world because that's the most efficient way to stack stones.
And the dying for your sins, like that seems like something a god would do.
Yeah.
You know. But do we only feel that way because that's what we were brought up?
I feel like
is that a human emotion that we are attributing to gods?
I feel like that's one, a human emotion that we're attributing to gods, and two, a very, very easy way for people to get into power by being like, do this.
Yeah.
You know?
To go back to the start of what you're saying though, Jim, from a normal D&D game, and like even like Baldur's Gate 3 is a good example of this, where like fully we know Mister exists, we know her name is Mister because Mister has come down and was like, hey
Mr.
Gale,
has come.
yeah, and she's like, hey Gale, this is my like mortal plane form, I'm a god.
Yeah, she fucking dates people and shit. Like, it's very different from Lethwan, where it's...
In World, Bahamut is wanders around as an old man with 7 canaries or something, right?
7 birds, yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. So, like,
can you see him in game? It'd be cool if they put him in
Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, as a nod, like a little dude with birds on a windowsill. Somebody mod that in.
But, you know, so, like, the gods fully exist and have an impact.
Yeah.
In typical
Whereas
D&D
Lethwan
world.
exists more like the real world, where it's all has to be taken on faith.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, to an extent.
Because that's why I was calling her in the middle of it, when she's like, one would assume there's a link there, and it's like real strong faith that you're assuming that link, you know?
Yeah.
But it's her fate because there's no direct contact with the gods. It's, well, yeah, how is it? But you raised a very good question, Jim. How do they all know their names and stuff like that? And that's something you can...
Do you ever think, and this is something that occurs to me like quite a lot when I'm playing D&D.
Yeah.
If you loaded one of these dice into those, remember those slingshots you used to get that wrap around your wrist? The damage it would do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't think the naming of them when things have existed for so long and languages change and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if that...
Well, that's even more proof that if language changes and the god's name remains the same. So if you go to like...
See, but that we don't know.
Well, we don't know. Again, I'm saying that the litmus test would be, and probably not possible because of how much people travel in world, would be like if you could go to the other side of the world and find an entirely different culture that's never been... Like, that you can quantifiably say not a single soul from our culture has been here, and they have
the same
temples to Bahamut,
gods,
temples to Tiamat. Then you can be like, okay, that is very, very strong evidence for.
Did you like me getting long arm?
I did. I was like, wow, the Irish history thing. Yeah, it ties it all together. It was nice. I liked that.
I just thought it was cold.
No, that was my way of saying that all my characters are cranky old men and share similarities. Is that the cult's second name is the second name of the god that Con worships in Irish folklore.
Yeah.
Got you.
And also,
and in Irish
type of gun he uses, like,
and in Irish folklore, because Lou's obviously not a D&D god, he's an Irish god who was a god of poets, but then like a patron of the arts. But then some people also say, well, yeah, he's also a hunter, he was also a warrior, and so there's I've lifted that from
Irish
mythology.
gods are like that, though.
Yeah. So, but I've very much lifted that from mythology as like a central kind of plot point to be like, why would a god have
changed
many different things going on, and what does that mean?
I like that it's the god themselves has power, and that power is attributed to stuff via their worshippers. So like, it might not be that, you know, God, Lou is a god of this at all.
I wrote
it's
one
just
poem.
Like, people, like, he has unbiased power, and people of a certain mindset attribute that to him. So like, at the Genesis, all the poets were like, Lou is our guy, but his power is the exact same as Tiamat's.
Ian
or
doesn't
Bahamut's.
even like reading.
And it's
Maybe not.
It's a real case of the worship shapes the deity. Like,
yeah,
I am interested.
It's a chicken and egg situation.
Yeah,
I am interested to see if you do anything with that whole thing with Ian. But
You'll have to wait.
I was
and
more
see.
I'm more interested in what came out of the portal.
Really liked the way you dealt that, where you were like, "I'm not going to ask you for something.
Yeah, that was
I'm
really
going
good.
to trust you are there, and I am going to give you information I'm not sure you have."
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if I was the god of knowledge, I'd be like, "This is my boy.
That's what
he's
I kind
just
of thought.
achieved herald status."
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, the god of knowledge isn't going to appreciate somebody if
Begging.
she's there. Somebody going, oh, because I realized that's
You can do it. I know it's what I said. You can slag Bren off.
what.
That was a joke. Okay,
Oh.
because I was like, someone being like, "Prove you're there."
No, I was gonna say that that's why me and Sid thought of like the people like praying to do well on tests.
Yeah, I thought that was a really great.
I really like
analogy.
that.
Yeah.
That the people who need it aren't the people who use it. Like,
Yeah.
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 Um,
That whole interaction was top tier.
thanks.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting getting to talk to a cleric about the whole thing. I wasn't expecting to find a whole portal thing, but it's a portal, Jim. But
It's okay.
or whatever it is. I wasn't expecting to find a plot point there, but it makes sense that especially because they built the temple there because people thought they could hear, or whatever, and that's why they decided to build it up there because it was a more magical point. And I was like, if this is where a portal would be, which is one of these sources of energies, this is where the temple would be built in Dolina.
Now I would say the temple definitely predates the portal.
Not based on what the cleric said.
Really?
The cleric said that the temple was built there because not only was it high up, but it was a place where people felt more connected with the gods.
Yeah, but remember the people in Dolinar like all but worship the dragons. So like being more connected to the gods for them could just mean being closer to the sky.
Yeah,
Because
well, I
that
mean, it said
temple-
that. Well,
that
that was the
temple
thing.
is-
She said up here, but also.
Well, sorry,
People
I can disprove that because the dragons used to come down. The dragons used to come down like for their tides to that temple.
Yeah.
Right. That whole dragon civilization fell during the War of Unity.
Yep.
Right. And the portals were only open during the War of Unity, so the temple pre-exists those portals.
Well,
Unless the
Well,
connection
don't
sorry.
know
points.
that.
Sorry, yeah, that's I guess conjecture, but
Also, if the connection points were still there.
yeah, they could be there because they're points of power or whatever.
Exactly. Like that's what would rip open
Mm.
is where there were connection points.
Oh, thinking. It's good.
Fuck off, Dylan.
Because like they'd be there
I
already.
mean, yeah, like it makes sense to open your portal and build your temple where the veil between worlds is thinnest, I guess,
Yeah.
or where the energy is surging.
Like if
through.
I unzip my fly, it's still there. It does not. It's like
Not if you wear your trousers the way I do.
like, and if I pee my pants, like it still will soak through. So,
Sure, yeah.
and so in the same way, the
I
energy.
get a wet knee when that happens. to me.
And so in the same way, like the celestial realm could soak through whenever the gods piss their pants.
that's what rain is.
Exactly.
World.
that is what rain is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Every 14-year-old listening to the podcast is laughing. Rain is God peeing on you.
I don't think even 14-year-olds are that.
Oh
I'm
no,
laughing about it.
that is a direct quote from our class around
Yeah,
that age.
probably. Yeah. 14-year-olds.
Now
No,
they're
no,
preoccupied with the
no.
TikTok.
After how you've acted today with your NPCs, you can't
Oh
say
my god, no!
What NPCs?
Faust.
Oh yeah, sorry, Creepo. Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of actually repressed him a lot.
Yeah,
I do think I hit the nail on the head with having him be the critic.
Egon.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That can be canon.
I think I'm gonna. If I ever draw him, he's gonna look like a cross between him and pre-fall Anakin Skywalker. So end of.
If you draw him, it should
Yeah.
only be the top of his head and some hands peeking over a windowsill.
window into a young boy's room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, or like, there's fucking
It would be so funny
You
to
see,
have a
man,
picture like that.
I just
somebody
just
creeping
a picture
over a
of
window.
him in handcuffs being put into a car.
I'm just thinking that the sticker you could make.
have him beside fucking Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
Why did you take a seat right here, Faust?
What are you doing here, Faust?
You're going to knocking on young boys' heads, Faust, are you?
That'd be a very fun what if to do. What if Chris Hansen went after Faust?
God. I just think you could make a very good sticker if it just him peeking over a window and people could put it on their wall and have.
Can I say though, Faust revealed a great weakness to us.
Which one?
He needs his book to cast spells.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they can always make it teleport back to him because they're bitches.
Not if it gets burned. Not if it gets crispied up.
No, they're always laminated.
Yeah, that's true.
God laminate your books, guys.
So then we gotta. If we can't get the book, then we gotta gouge out his eyes.
I like that just canonically lamination.
I think of all the technologies in that one that like town is happy to like actually influence the outer world with. It's lamination.
Documentation. Like we could be in steampunk times. Like there could be telephones and everything. Nah.
Yeah.
People are like, this material that you're using to cover it, do you think we can make other items? No.
That is a sacred material used only for the preservation of knowledge.
Like plastic is a divine material.
Yeah.
It's Ayune's body is
She's
plastic.
Just
Like,
all of her things, all of her
You'll
shrines
commune
are
with
just,
her and it's just like a Barbie doll.
yeah.
all of her shrines are 3D printed.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you like the gladiator events?
They're fun. Yeah.
It's fun. Funny that we
I
went
can't
with
wait.
Fink to literally treat it like a half pipe. But as soon as you said half pipe, I was like,
I was
really,
like,
when you said
somebody's
semi-circle-
going to rocket power this. And then without even saying it out loud, Fink did it. Like,
Yeah. No, it was good. And like, I think had you said that like Fink just tries to like go up the side and like sprint across, I would have like he would have been disqualified because you have to like at least
remain
stay
in the pipe.
Yeah. I watched a lot of clips of Gladiators, not the film, the TV show.
American
last night.
Gladiators for our American listeners.
I watched the UK version.
Did you have different people?
Yeah.
Were they like, hello, governor?
What did you have?
Yeah.
Wolf?
Fighting it.
The name's Wolf, ain't it? Oh, this is my friend Jet and Lightning.
I'm going to gladiate you.
Be careful you don't get too close to my buck teeth.
Now we'll stop in for a tea break.
I'm gonna need you into scones, I am.
All of our English listeners are like, what the fuck,
And they
guys?
gladiate on the other side of the road as well. So
Yeah.
Gladiate.
Um,
Did yours have mullets? Like
Yeah.
all of them?
oh yeah,
Like,
it was like
yeah.
90s. Yeah.
Yeah, the
And
mullets
like
were
mega
incredible.
spandex.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What
What a great show. I'm going to rewatch that.
I wish they'd remake it.
Guys-
I wish we could get a modern
They did,
version.
and it was not good.
They started like this year. BBC did it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I rewatched whatever the new one America did, and it was like, oh, wow, that was fun as a kid and not now.
I watched. There was this show, and Jim, you probably know. I doubt you would know it.
I
Ryan.
definitely do.
You had to, you had to stop. I don't know why I'm laughing. I had to stop because of 9/11. Because it was a show called Crossfire.
Okay.
And it was essentially a LARP with paintballs, and it was like a paintball game show where they got a team of 6 friends to go on what is effectively a LARP.
Okay.
They're like, your mission is to do this, and they had to act as if like the first one the one I watched last night was like they had to go find evidence that something had crash landed. So their mission was go do that, retrieve the evidence, escape, and then it was
Okay, yeah.
go,
So they were doing skirmishes.
yeah. So then it was like, okay, now go find. We've airdropped a camera in to this base. Go find the camera, get in, take video footage of like the UFO and stuff.
That's really fucking cool.
And they had like, it was like grunts and like the special agents guarding it and stuff. And it was just them like doing those things.
That's fun.
Super cool. But like literally 9/11 happened like midway through. And so they're like, oh, we can't have like, I don't know what the exact reasoning was, but it was like anything to do with like war and stuff like that. It was just like they didn't want it on the air. And then I think it just never got picked up again. There's
Oh, we had our last one where they had to fly a plane and
I don't know. It might have been something wild, like or there might have been like there might have been like a terrorism plot in like the
Oh,
LARP.
yeah, there was probably
There was
a
probably
lot, yeah.
something because it would have been very much that kind of
Yeah.
you know, the second one I remember I was like watching a couple of clips of last night was like, oh, there's counterfeit things. So there's like I could
probably
see them
was,
pulling
like,
just from fucking
terrorists.
everything, you know.
They were just looking at Tom Clancy novels and being like, "That's our next challenge."
It's 100,000,000%. Yeah.
So here's Raven. I don't know if you remember.
Oh
it.
yeah.
So here it is. This is the dude, and
Yeah.
he was like a crow druid, and he used to give the kids challenges, and they
That
each
looks like
represent-
Faust talking to the children in town.
yeah, and they had to give them all like each like a different clan they represented and shit.
Nice.
So he'd be like, "And young Tommen of the Moon Clan, it's your turn to run the gauntlet." And then they'd have fucking ring rates and shit hunting these children through like swinging axes and shit. It was so fucking cool.
See, we had Legends of the Hidden Temple, which
Yeah.
was just...
I remember that.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember that from being old and on YouTube.
I desperately want the t-shirts from it.
I actually might write to a TV show and be like, I want to be the Raven guy. Bring it back. I want to be the guy.
But yeah.
I hear.
fucking big stone face.
All of our patrons, the army, I want to be the Raven guy. Let's grassroots this thing.
You guys already have fake swords. Do it there.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
much
sure,
better.
sure. Okay. Speaking of fate swords, it's time to stop.
I do remember this.
Your
one.
segues are like
They're
owning a
getting
Segway.
worse. They're getting worse.
Thank you. But yeah, let's leave it at that. Everyone go watch Crossfire. Everyone go watch Gladiators, American Gladiators,
And Raven.
Legends of a Hidden Temple, Raven, and for a good measure, go watch Wipeout. It's also fun.
Total
Jim.
Wipeout. Oh no, what? It's Total Wipeout. It is Total Wipeout.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. The one with the water and
Yeah,
the big.
American Ninja Warrior.
I have a hard
Yeah.
drive for you
Oh, very good.
if you want to
That's
test it.
a euphemism and a half.
So,
Yeah, calm down. Fucking
so all
Anyway.
of our patrons, you
Price.
can know that we have a
Get out
new
of my
hard
room at
drive
night.
for recording video that we've been testing. So maybe you'll get some video stuff soon.
Yeah, I'd say by the time this comes out, we'll probably at least have
We'll
teased some
have
video
teased
stuff.
some video.
I
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
All going well.
Oh,
It's so
thank
small.
God.
It's a lot smaller than I
You can
expected.
put it on a
Is that the
carabiner.
2?
Yeah, it's 2 terabytes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
I need money back for that.
Yeah, I didn't know you when you said like, oh, it's arriving tomorrow. I was like, oh,
Well, we need it.
I know. I guess.
Huh.
You will. Patrons, continue our subscription so we can pay Ryan back for the hard
Yeah.
drive.
We're now
Thank
in
you.
debt for a hard drive.
That's actually
patron.
it's actually what made me think of it was doing this for patrons, and I was like, oh yeah, I need paid back for that.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.